World Wide Web. I'm Dr. Shadow, the internet personality best and welcome to Live and Wireless 134. Catching up. And as far as I can tell, I'm pretty alone in here right now. But we'll see how that changes. If it changes, who knows? Who knows? There's been... Hello, Jesse Guajardo. And Liam03 Loves Movies. Hello. Jack and everything. Okay. Oh, we jumped up from 0 to 2 to 24 viewers. Okay, it's getting there. Usually, YouTube sends out a notification when it's about to go live, and there's at least some people ready. But it looks like it sent out the notifications when it went live. So here we go. Ah, yes, Dr. Pepper is great. Yes. Thank you. But I just polished off the editing of, most of the editing. I still got to do the transcription, but it shouldn't take too long because this video that's going to be posted tomorrow is only about 9 minutes long. I'm catching up a bit. Number one, there was a week that was lost on the summer of Mila Jovovich, and there was a scheduled plan, and it kind of worked out in the end because this movie that I found, like, this looks like something. Oh, yeah, it looked like something, all right. It looked kind of like I Spit on Your Grave is what it looked like. So, like, not entirely. Really not. But in the neighborhood. And, Ice candy doku desu ka? I think. I'm not sure. I'm still learning. That's a thing that's also one of the other things I'm catching up on. One of the other things. I'm probably going to make a couple of videos out of that, actually, as I'm doing more second videos and such. This is something that's... Oh, yeah, one more Resident Evil movie to go. That's right. That's monster. Where the heck did I have? I had it. Just had it right here. Where did... Oh, right here. Okay, boom. The final chapter. There we go. I just ripped that yesterday. I still have to watch it. I was going to watch it, but I had the other review that I didn't quite get to do, but I did watch that movie. Part of the reason I didn't get that review done is because I lost that week in the summer of Mila Jovovich. Things just got out of sync, didn't work out. And that was going to be put on the sacrificial lamb. It's just going to be sacrificed to keep things on schedule. And I'd go right from Retribution to the final chapter. Second thing was that I did watch it and I realized that it's one of those movies that I really can't show. Not on YouTube, especially today on YouTube with that huge list YouTube gives of you don't do this, don't do that, don't do that, do not do this, don't. Like, I could go down a list right now. I need to upload this video so I can get the thing going. I processed the video. The video's ready. I just need the transcription. I can do that later. So I shouldn't have a problem with the copyright bot on this because I use short clips and no sound on any of them. So that usually gets through no problem. The Flash was amazing. Did I see it? I saw that they CGI'd Ezra's ass. I saw that on Twitter, but I have not seen the Flash movie itself, I'm afraid. Okay. So bring that over here. No, not like that. Okay, that didn't work. So I select upload videos and then I drag. I'm a smart. Okay, quick and dirty 0.45 movie review dash. What should be the little descriptor? I mean, too hot for YouTube. Sounds nice, has a ring to it, but I'm worried that that's going to get tagged with a freaking yellow $ sign if I call it that. I watched a Corridor Crew vid on the Flash. CGI is PS2 shit. Fun. I've seen the video, the clips shared on Twitter where it's like falling out of the hospital and all the babies are raining down and he punches through the vending machine and just starts eating and drinking, which I don't know enough about the Flash to really understand why. It really seems like a strange time for. My favorite clip though is the one they play in reverse, where he happily carries the baby over from the horrified nurse and puts it in the microwave. Like that's my favorite clip. I know it's not really what happens. He takes the baby out of the microwave. He put the baby in the microwave while they were falling through the sky. There's an explanation. It's fine. But yeah. Everyone talking about the Flash. I feel bad that this is the movie that I didn't see. Why do I do this to myself? It's things that people want to hear me talk about, but I'm there like, I'm not going to like it, so I don't watch it. And then it's like, wow, wonder why your channel's not picking up, Decker. Oh, gee, why didn't you watch the movie everyone's freaking talking about? Yeah, we understand what's going on here. It's not that YouTube's holding anything against me. It's that I make stupid decisions. That's the problem. Hey, Anthony Way. I'm trying to see what should the like. My problem is I can't with the list. I'm trying to show the list here, like why I cannot really do a full review of 45. And let's see. We're gonna present my screen. Present screen. Yes. Okay. Oh, wrong screen. I know what I'm doing. Okay, this one. All right. So I can name this later. It's fine. Let's go next for now. Okay, no, it does not include paid promotion. It's freaking. Okay, monetization. We're gonna say we want this monetized. Let's put a mid-roll. Like, where would be a good place in this one? It's YouTube likes the mid-rolls. Okay, that seems like a good spot. All right. So continue from there. And yes, on to. Why is it? Okay. It just being weird. Okay, so here we have the ad suitability. Now I'm talking about like this with welcome Sally Slingblade. Welcome. Day was good. How about you guys? I went pretty good. I got a 9-minute video that I'm calling a review because it's kind of like the best I could do with the source material, and this is why. I avoided like all of this with my 9 minutes, but if I were to say, yeah, this is okay, this is definitely 45 there, so boom. So I'm just going to undo that. Adult content, yes, exposed boning. Okay, I'm going to undo that. Violence, pretty graphic, horrible. Okay, undo that. Shocking content, I'd say lights. Harmful or dangerous acts, stunts. I don't really think that's really counts. Recreational drugs. So just that would go there for the not safe. Enabling dishonest behavior. Glorifying okay, this is like misdemeanors against codes of conduct. Hateful and derogatory content. Okay, there'd definitely be maybe offensive to individuals or groups, which would get at another limited ads there. Firearms related, I don't think that really counts in movie stuff. But, you know, sensitive events, controversial issues, could be traumatic to viewers. Discussing preventing controversial issues. Neither graphic nor descriptive. Okay, that's not visually disturbing. Graphic detailed descriptions of controversial. What do you mean controversial issues? Okay, that's not a help at all. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay, that's just okay. Domestic abuse. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's right there. So it would be that very very graphic depiction right there. So this would like, but I did manage to avoid all of this by just talking for 9 minutes and dancing around everything as best I could. There's a few little shots shown here and there that you can understand what I'm talking about, but what's today's controversy? I guess the controversy today, because controversial issues like domestic abuse is controversial now, I guess. But I managed to avoid all of that stuff. So I'm going to say none of the above. Submit my rating. There we go. Oh, okay. I'm going to worry about this stuff later. Private. Yes, there we go. Finish uploading that. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Have you ever done a review on Squirm, or did you ever do a review on Squirm? Spoiler, it involves earthworms. Sounds like fun. Yeah, the funny thing was with that, they were much more lenient in their review system then. But also, like I said, like, yeah, this has some heavy stuff in it, and they were like, show it to everybody. I'm like, what the frick? Why? Yeah, well, yeah, watch it. Yeah, probably because I did manage to actually not get into too much detail with that stuff. Oof, oof. Think MST3K did Squirm. Okay. Basket case. Could show a PSA on YouTube now, and you could get a strike. Yeah. It's just the way that YouTube's working in the modern day. It sucks, very much sucks. But in terms of catching up on things, that does mean that I was able to hammer that out real quick, in an afternoon, really. And now I can try and see if I can get the Resident Evil The Final Chapter review done by Wednesday. It is possible. I know it is. It's just, will I be able to have that kind of focus? Oh, really? Well, welcome back. Things are going ish. Very ish. But one of the other things that I wanted to talk about was, the people with green names are channel members. Channel members, I believe that one of the benefits is that you get to watch the channel with no ads, which you can also do by signing up to YouTube Premium. But secondary benefit is channel member bonuses, which I only have one, which is a monthly reading of creepypastas, which is the same exact thing from the Patreon rewards, the mid-tier there. So if you're already there, you don't have to you either stop Patreon, become channel member, or just figure out where you want to support, and where you'll get the same content no matter where generally. But right now the creepypasta readings is like a random creepypasta story every month. And right now I have been working chapter by chapter down the narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket, a Edgar Allan Poe novel that I love and hate in equal measure. It's got some really great chapters in it, and it's got some really amazingly bad ones. And the one I just read for last month's creepypasta readings was the one where he's pretty much directly responding to criticism he's getting, because when these novels were published, they were done chapter by chapter, month to month, or week to week, and such. And he got fan mail, he got feedback. People talked about it as he was writing it, and they were like, "Oh, the brig, the stowage was just all thrown all over the place, huh? Listen here, Mr. Poe. That's not how ships work. That would cause all these problems, this, that, and the other. And he's like, okay, you listen, you motherfuckers. This is how it happened, because this is a true story, as I'm putting it here. This is absolutely totes real. So yes, that's happened. And that happens all the time, I'll have you know. That's probably caused more, like, there's all these ships, they just lost at sea. They just toppled over and capsized. How do you think they capsized? It's because of crappy stowage. Here's this captain here. He's a real good captain, but he had grain. He never worked with grain before, and it was improperly put. It was only partial. And he got all fucked up, and there was only one survivor, and they were able to corroborate the evidence. And there's just all this stuff. You're all assholes. I'm writing the true story. Fuck off. Also, yeah, you are correct that most whaling vessels are fitted with iron casks, and this one isn't. And well, I just don't know why. Okay, I just don't know why. Yeah. It was a fantastic chapter of just Edgar Allan Poe just losing it and yelling at his critics. We haven't even gotten to my favorite chapter in that novel either. It's a true damn story. Cartoon Network is now Adult Swim channel. That's, I guess. I mean, Adult Swim was just kind of part of Cartoon Network. I guess, like, the most fans of Cartoon Network were there for Adult Swim, but I mean, could just as long as they don't start showing reruns of Cops, I'll be okay with it. Japanese ghost whales. I'm confused now. Cartoon Network has gone down. Oh no, they are showing reruns of Cops. That's do a dissection of The Thing like you would the Yautja and the Xenomorph. Oh boy, The Thing. Well, The Thing is it's semi-straightforward in its biology, but at the same time, not at all. It's like, the concept is simple. The execution, it's kind of like how in Tears of the Kingdom, you just glue anything to anything. That's the idea. Just glue anything to anything. But what that means can go a lot of different ways. Oh, what is going on with this alien Romulus? Saw it a touch, but I heard about it the other day. Alien Romulus. Is there? I didn't hear about Alien Romulus. I'm on Twitter all the time. I heard about the Gojira versus Gamera, like, in a mobile game, but still. It's like official licensed Gojira versus Gamera. So, I'll take it. It's happening, guys. But I don't know. No. Romulus was the planet that the Vulcans, who decided they wanted to keep their emotions, went to when Vulcan society decided, screw emotions, they're too dangerous and such. Let's just repress it all. But Vulcan was a theorized planet closer to the sun than Mercury, because based on the measurements of the gravity and the mass, there should be enough mass for a planet. But there's never been a planet found. As much as we've had our telescope staring into the sun, we're like, ain't no planet. But this mass is still missing. It should be there. And the current theory is the Vulcanoids, which is kind of like asteroids, but really close to the sun. I guess that's the current working theory. Either that or the rest of our measurements are just off. Can't be that. Dark matter, dark energy, Vulcanoids. There's got to be an explanation here, okay? Video Alien Romulus. Might be a fan thing. Gundam from the Witch from Mars anime. There's a I didn't hear about anything about a Gundam from the Witch from Mars anime, let alone a controversy. My whole thing is right now, in terms of catching up, there's something I decided to catch up. Oh, string theory, that's a fun one. That's a fun one. Oh. Everything is vibrations. I mean, it kind of is. I've thought about doing the Puppet Master series. I did the first Puppet Master. I should do more Puppet Masters. There's no controversy. That doesn't exist. Wise words. But yeah, in terms of catching up, there's one thing that I've always wanted to do that I never did, and it's always been a very large regret. And I've decided, forget it, I'm doing it. And that thing is learning Japanese. For the last week, a little under a week, I guess, last 5 days, I've got my Kanji Study up. It's got, let's see, last 6 days. Well, I think I started this a day after I started Noun Town, so it would be for the last week. Ohio? Ohio gozaimasu. That's not proper right now. It's evening. That's good morning. Yeah, I've got Kanji Study here on my phone. It's very nice. Very nice. This particular, I tried Moki, what's that? Mogi or whatever the hell it was called. The issue with that was that Mochi. I tried Mochi, but it was not great, and it wanted a subscription service to keep going at higher, use all the lessons and all what have you. But the base lessons that it started with was just like exposure learning, which you can do with pretty much anything. I mean, I did get to recognize the kanji for watashi that way, which is great, but I could have been exposed to watashi in any other context and learned it just as well. There was the tests really didn't help because it would have like a bunch of random Japanese that I couldn't read, and then it'd have a blank space, and it'd have a question like, what goes in the space? And then it would have a list of things, or it would have like a bunch of stuff and then a space with an underlined word, and like, what is the meaning of the word? And then a bunch of stuff to choose from. And this is probably not an issue if you have a subscription and you've done a ton of lessons, but if you're only 1 or 2 lessons in, the list of things contains a whole bunch of stuff it's never talked to you about, or one of the things it has. At a certain point, I ignored the entire question. I ignored all of that. I ignored what it was showing me. I ignored what it was asking me. I just looked at the answers and picked the one of something that it was talking to me about before, and boom, correct. I wasn't learning shit. So I really did not like Moji. But Kanji Study here. This one, let's see. It's on the... this is called Japanese Kanji Study by Chase Colburn. It's on the Google Play Store. It you can pay for higher grade lessons, but starting from scratch, and I'm like, I need to learn the hiragana. I need to learn the kana. I need to learn hiragana, katakana, and kanji. There's a whole lot here for a beginner that you don't have to pay for. There's no ads, and that's fantastic. This morning, I finally got like a 71% on my hiragana recognition, so I got a C on the exam, which was a good feeling. Yesterday was the first time I got a D. That was the first time I got anything over an F. I've been hammering away. I've been spending hours every day trying to learn Japanese. I've been using Noun Town for just general language. I've got like a vocabulary of 200 words through Noun Town. I need to learn the grammar. I need to learn stuff like that to be able to form sentences and understand Japanese especially. But I wanted the kanji study because Nountown is just not good at all for learning reading. So I wanted to get that down because I truly believe that learning to read is paramount to learning the language. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of because of my own upbringing that I do distinctly remember when I learned to read English. And that was like that was a big step for me. And it felt really good to finally put the alphabet to good use. I knew the alphabet, then I started reading. So I'm working on learning the kana as best I can, get the hiragana down, get the katakana down, and learn what kanji I can. Start reading, start learning more kanji through exposure, learning all that I can. Just keep going, learning. So I've been spending like an hour or two a day on Kanji Study, and I've been spending at least an hour in Nountown. And is Kanji Study make what is Kanju? Talk about kanji, but like I haven't. I just have. I go through the flashcard list, going through the kanji, and it's yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Go through all the lists in the flashcards, and it's got like ah is for. What the hell is ah for? Oh well. But it's like ru is for kairu. And it's like, okay, frog, yes. Yeah, most of the things is like start from the thing, but yeah. You hear the voice of Harley Quinn from Batman animated series passed away. Yes, I heard that. Saw that on Twitter. That was one celebrity death where people spent like 3 days mourning. Have to learn Klingon. I don't know. But yeah, I was feeling really good this morning in Nountown because it was the first time after a week. Like I'm 200 words in, and I finally feel like things are starting to click in terms of. I mean, I was doing the revision game where they have the thing where it's in virtual reality. Nountown, just want to say, I got my quest, slap it on my face, and then I just get immersed in the language as best I can. I learn 5 nouns in the morning and 5 in the evening, and I do the revision game, and I gotta go and revise and check on words that I learned before, and do. And one of the aspects is the revision game is the common part that you play in Nountown just to keep yourself learn it. You try and get a high score. People, you stand there at a desk, effectively you're in a shop. You got all the stuff around you of the nouns you have learned in that particular area. And you got the Nountown folks coming up to you, and they will ask you for one of the items. And you get the item and give it to them. And you get there's a timer that goes down, and you can get a higher score if you know more nouns in that area, and therefore there's more things to pick from. And for the longest time, they've been coming up to me and they've been like, Kairu. And I've been like, Kairu. Kairu means frog. Frog, yes, here's your frog. But this morning, they're coming up and they're like, Ondori. And I'm like, rooster, there you go. Here's your Ondori, sir. You would like a yummy. There's your yummy. Ah, okay. Kawaiuruka. There's your Kawaiuruka. Kawauso. There's that. There's just a few of them that I'm still having trouble with, but still, I've been starting to associate the words with what they are rather than a translation into what they are in my head. So that's a good sign, I'd say. I was hitting high scores this morning in like every area. Giving them all the stuff they ask for. The Final Girls is a horror comedy like Tucker and Dale versus Evil. You know, a lot of times I don't like horror comedy. But Tucker and Dale versus Evil was one of the horror comedies that really got horror comedy right. Like, it had comedy that was comedy. And it had horror that was horror. It really did it right. It really did. I've only seen like commercials for the Dementor, and it looks nice. Am I going to play Starfield? Oh, no. 2 questions for you. What do you do for your hair? Inquiring minds want to know. And when will you have a summer or month of Leatherface? Don't know this summer, but my hair is. I occasionally, like, I stop the stream and I just run off and I pull out all my hair care stuff. I've done that several times now, so I'm just going to try and say it this time. I use Verb shampoo and conditioner for curly hair, and I use Verb curl cream. Just shampoo, condition, leave the conditioner in for 3 minutes while I wash body. Then rinse conditioner out, towel dry, get the curl cream, rub the curl cream in the hands, pat around, brush that in, sit in the Texas sun and let it do its thing. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Return of the Living Dead did horror comedy way better than anyone else. Also, seeing Trash dance naked over the grave was a bonus. Heart. Huh? All right. Okay. Oh. Thank you, Random Virus 97. Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That has horror in it. I do know that. Yeah. And I really do need to learn the grammar of Japanese. I've been spending so much time building up my noun vocabulary, and I don't have that much to do with it. Oh, well, that was a long time ago, Hayden. Been watching since the AVP days. Love your content. Hope you're doing well. Doing pretty good. YouTube could be doing better, of course. YouTube always could be doing better, but... Oh, geez, I forgot to have my yogurt again. Like, I remembered earlier today I was supposed to have my yogurt, and then I didn't have it. Oh, well. What game am I currently playing? Well, see, that's the problem. All the games are coming out right now. All the games. All of them. Got a heck of a backlog right now, I'm just saying. Because we got Baldur's Gate 3. That's a long game. Didn't come out that long ago. And we got, of course, Starfield. That's either out if you want to spend $100 on it, or out if you want to spend $35 and have a subscription to Game Pass, or not out yet if you have Game Pass or want to just spend $60 for it, or 70. I keep forgetting. So that's a big one. Starfield. But there's also Armored Core 6. Been ages since the last Armored Core, and this one's really good, and it's there. And I was playing that, and now I'm playing some Starfield. And also, if you follow me on my gaming stuff, you might remember that I have been searching all my life for a really good fishing game, like a game that just lets you go free roam, fish, and it actually kind of semi-accurately does that, and it doesn't forget to have fun with it, but it still takes the fishing part seriously. It's not like too arcadey, but it's not like just stupid. And the Hunter has a fishing version now that just came out. It looks terrible, like the graphics are just not great, but it's the right kind of fishing game there. Like it's finally there, like fishing. We'll be reviewing Hellboy. Mila is the bad guy. That's not on the docket, I'm afraid. The final chapter is the end of the Summer of Mila Jovovich. It has to end sometime. Oh. Am I angry that PlayStation Plus increased their price to $80? Yeah, I canceled my PlayStation Plus Essentials. Like, I already wasn't really doing that much with it. But I kept it on because it was like, well, I get the monthly games, but the last few months has just not been that great anyway. Like, if like me, you have Game Pass, then the monthly games you get with PlayStation Plus Essentials is still not that compelling. A lot of them are already stuff that's on Game Pass, so it's like, and then it's like, oh, I hope the rest of them are things that I care about. And it's like, here's a golf game. I'm like, well, sounds great. This upcoming month, they're like, here's Saints Row. It's like, okay, screw this. It's only $80 a year, but I don't need to spend those $80, so why am I doing it? So, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, because they have a fishing competition. I remember there was a fishing RPG for, Legend of the River King, I believe, for Game Boy. That was way more fun than it had any right to be. Is there an NES version? No, there's a 3DS version. They made the 3D. I didn't know that. I played the old gray Game Boy version. There was a Legend of River King too. Man, I am not a proper Legend of the River King fan. I really am not. But it's a fishing RPG. Yeah, Saints Row, rest in peace. Yeah, Volition shut down. So I guess all the stuff they were bragging about, how they were like drinking tears when people were complaining about the direction of the new game. Yeah, it didn't really work out. Can't pay rent with those tears. I don't know. They could hit up a payday loans place. I don't know. No one cares about those guys, right? No more dubstep gun, yeah. Like, my favorite Saints Row was Saints Row 2, but I understand most Saints Row fans came in at Saints Row 3. And Saints Row 3 is how Saints Row should be to them. Because then as soon as Saints Row 4 was like, and you're the president and you got superpowers in the Matrix, people were like, what? No, I'm a gangster. I'm a gangster. What is this? I mean, I'm living in the penthouse, but I'm a gangster. Woo! Lollipop Chainsaw remake. I've heard it's more of a remaster, and yes. Would I rather fight the Leprechaun or Victor Crowley? You see, the Leprechaun, I feel like, is a little too supernatural for me to have any chance. But Victor Crowley is also kind of supernatural, and I feel like I'd be kind of dumb with Victor Crowley because I'd be like, Victor, it's okay. I also went through some shit as a kid. And he'd look at me and go like, and I'd go in for the hug, and then he'd rip my arms off and beat me with them. You know. That's just kind of how that would go. I I would die very fast and very stupidly against Victor Crowley. Whereas Leprechaun, it might mess with me for a while. I might have at least get some good cardio in before he kills me. Like I'll have a chance to. Ooh, that. Ooh, hope they're all on the same side. It's just at least for that. Avoid straws. Avoid straws. No sucking. No smoking. No straws. Like, don't want. Don't want a dry socket there. Hmm. What's my favorite? So bad it's good. So bad it's good. Do I ever have a favorite? So bad it's good. I mean, just bombastic. Like it's so ridiculous. I'd say Godzilla Final Wars, but I wouldn't call that a so bad it's a good thing. It's just tokusatsu. Can't find any copies of I Spit on Your Grave on the internet anymore. Is my review actually still up? I haven't checked. It might be blocked by now. Might get, I don't know. They've age restricted this, that, and the other, but they've never come for the Spit on Your Grave review. It's a thing. Very strange. Very odd. Very, 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 very. Oh, and I should mention on a bit of news we've been following on Live and Wired for ages. The acquisition that never ends. Guess what? It's still ongoing because it looks like the CMA was just dicking with Microsoft and they're trying to just delay things and hope that it falls through again. So it seems that Microsoft has has re-upped their case with the appeals court so that if the CMA either doesn't make a statement in time or they reject the proposed acquisition, then Microsoft will have the time to file with the appeals court and they'll just close over anyway. They do have that. A lot of people say, like, oh, they don't want to lose the UK. The UK is this big market. It's like the UK is only a market in so much as it pertains to Microsoft's value of Xbox there for this acquisition. And that's not as much as the entire rest of the world. And going with the appeals court, then CMA is going to have to defend what has been described as defend an indefensible position. So at the end, Microsoft still wins. It just takes longer and involves more court cases. And the whole thing is like they really, really, really want the acquisition because they really want King, because they really want that in on the mobile market. That's why they've been signing the Call of Duty deals. That's why they've been like, okay, Activision Blizzard games can go to Ubisoft to work with the cloud rights there. Who cares? Like, Microsoft doesn't care about these things. They want Bejeweled. Or do they have Bejeweled? They want Candy Crush. They want Candy Crush. I know the game. I know mobile games. I'm a gamer. You know. They want Candy Crush. That's it. They want King. They want Candy Crush. Everything else is just a bonus. So, legend says they are still into the acquisition. Yes. I have not reviewed Paul Walker's Joyride. For Mortal Kombat, the internet personality with the best fatality has a little ring to it. It does. Oh yeah, Death Stranding. Charlie had some emotions through that one. That was nice. How well would Mila Jovovich do in a slasher horror movie against Jason? Oh, that's a tough one because like she has Jovovich powers, So you'd feel like it would be something like a New Blood situation, where it's this back and forth fight. But Mila does look an awful lot like the kind of lady that Jason would just grab her throat and stick the machete straight through her back, out of her chest, and then up and then like and then and then just drop her chunk onto the rest of the chunks of Mila Jovovich on the floor. Like it seems like that's what he would do, but she has Jovovich powers. Well, I'm not entirely sure about where the name comes from, but I do know that Mila is Ukrainian. So it's just kind of a thing. Sometimes you have a J that's pronounced with a Y. It's kind of like with with Spanish, where J's are pronounced like an H. The Finnish word for milk is spelled exactly like it sounds, Mijolk, mjolk. The Japanese word for milk is gyunyu, and the Japanese word for beef is gyuniku. So now I'm having a bit of a issue where I'm like, cow meat, cow juice, cow meat, cow juice. Oh yeah, she just kind of brushed aside the super duper liquor. Every time she just showed up, super duper liquor didn't know what the hell he was doing. He's there tearing people apart, smacking them, and they just die, and they got slashes all across them. The only one who survived a smack in the first place was Barry, but he was messed up. And then Mila shows up, and she just drives next to the super duper liquor, like knocked him out of there. And super duper liquor's up there. Mila just like shoots it like pop pop. And super duper liquor's down like and it was like, got him. Turns out she didn't get him. He was still alive. But then he's jumping down at her, and she's there like, nades. And he just leaves, and everything explodes, and that's it. Super duper liquor dead. Oh yeah, the Critter. I do desperately need to review the Critters movies. That's more of the Kyoto brothers, who of course were the ones responsible for Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which is getting a video game very soon, asymmetrical multiplayer. I mean, that has been done before, clearly, but Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Kind of like the idea. I like the aesthetic. I haven't been in any more contact, but if something comes up, my comms are open, as it were. I've just been kind of busy trying to get my own stuff straight. I mean, sometimes. Oh yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space game. I'm looking forward. I am looking forward. Oh, thank you, Mr. Milling. Fourth Critter movie was direct to DVD. Is that the one that takes place in Easter, or was that the third? I can't remember. I just remember I saw part of one of them, and it was so like number one, it did assume that I saw the previous ones, which is not a thing I really like in a sequel. But number two, the CGI explosions. Like, I say that in plural with pain because it's like, I feel like they had an idea, like they wanted an explosion, but they didn't have the budget for one. But they did know a guy who could do CGI, but it was on his Tandy 1000. That's just what I feel like kind of happened there. So they shoot the shots like, okay, and this happens like this, and this happens like that, and then everyone looks, and then we show the big explosion. And that happened several times in the movie, where everyone's like, ha, 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 ha! And then there's a huge explosion. And every single one of them is just just a flat sphere, just expanding, like just a ball getting bigger. Like that's it. And it is Critters 2 is at Easter. Wow, went downhill fast, didn't it? I had a feeling like this, like they've got these aliens here, and I'm like, okay, this had to come from somewhere. But favorite Asylum movie, I did really like I Am Omega, but Battle Star Wars was one that I just kind of like went into, and I was like, huh. I was unironically enjoying parts of it, which really surprised the hell out of me. I'm like, come on, Asylum, make a Battle Star Wars 2. I'm begging you. Even if you ruin it, it'll give me content. I really want to see what happens later in this story that you don't care about at all, but you wrote something that I was interested in. Battle Star Wars, my favorite Asylum film. I haven't seen the Sharknadoes, though. I'll say that. That's one that I've just kind of ignored. A lot of people like Sharknado. I have not seen that. Battlestar Galactica Wars: The Last Jedi. Yeah. I saw a little bit of that when I was trying to research stuff for the Summer of Mila Jovovich, but I don't know, it just seemed a little too far out of my wheelhouse. Like, I'm already doing the Summer of Mila Jovovich, and I'm going to do this, like, kind of semi-historical, sort of, like, religious-themed, dramatic kind of movie. But from what I hear, it does involve Jovovich powers. Like, you can do it, Lou. You can open the door. I believe in you. Lou, you doing okay? Oh, come on. Come on. The internet wants to see you. Yes, they do. Oh, I didn't doubt. Yeah. You're a pretty gal. You know that? So you want to go out there, huh? Is you hungry? You got eyeballs. Hold on. There we go. Is you hungry, Lou? I see you got your eyeliner on real good today. So yeah. I think she's saying it's about time, but I still have like 7 minutes. 7 minutes left of this Live and Wired, so that reminds me of Nemesis trying to go across the doors in the original Resident Evil 3. Both are like, screw this. Not too bad. I got a quick video for the channel tomorrow because I could not do a proper review of 45, so I just sat down for 10 minutes, turned on the camera, said what I had to say, and edited together a little video of that. You can't go in the closet, Lou. What are you doing? Your dog is smart enough that if you make it angry, it will lock you out of the house. Dang, Timothy. Favorite Nightmare on Elm Street? Man, it's been too long since I sat down and watched all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. It really has. I got to do that again sometimes. October coming up, I can come up with an excuse. Well, I mean, I haven't exactly been begging to get back on there. I assume if there's a thing that I would really be fitting on, maybe they'll bring me on. Like if they want to do a EFAP on I Spit on Your Grave, if they haven't done that yet, I don't know why they'd want to. There's a part where it's like, don't pause on that. No, fast forward as much as you can. They tend to talk about more newer things anyway, so don't have to worry about that unless they make another new one. They keep making those, actually. Oh god. Anyway, Anyway. Anytime is a good time for her? Oh, yeah. But, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Resident Evil, the final chapter, will be the one I am working on next. Will be the grand finale of the summer of Mila Jovovich. And, of course, the grand finale of the Paul W.S. Anderson Mila Jovovich Resident Evil movies. And then we can move on to other things that don't have Mila Jovovich in them. After reviewing most of her movies, at least the ones that aren't romantic comedies. But unless it's a romantic comedy that it's like, is this a comedy like she broke someone's neck? Haha! I don't know. I don't find the jokes. It's like, come on, work with me here. Work with me. Yes, welcome to Wackoon City. I could review the Resident Evil Netflix series, though I'm a bit late to the game on that one. But then again, I'm pretty late to the game on the Mila Jovovich Resident Evil movies. Oh. Things without Mila don't look like good things to me. Be Halloween next, so a horror movie after the summer. There's going to be a Friday the 13th within October, which it's the time to review Victor Crowley. Anything but the Netflix series. Oh, it's. I mean, I feel like on the one hand, I'm late to the party there. On the other, Resident Evil is kind of evergreen. Like, it's always relevant. So that will be brought up. Huh. Unironically, in an SCP-RP where you got someone to approve the T-virus from the games as an SCP. Interesting. Oh, Netflix destroys everything. Netflix just goes scorched earth, like... I'm afraid not, David. I'm afraid I didn't. I just tilt my head like, Summer of Lloyd Kaufman. Oh, Uncle Lloyd. Oh, that would be that would be a way to that would be a way to get in really bad graces with the moderators on YouTube in record time. Yeah, but how much Mila is in Future World? I'm hoping not much, because that's what I have as the after summer movie. That is like, it's still technically related, but isn't. Like, it's not. She's not the star. She's just in it. It's like, pivot from Mila Jovovich to Kate Beckinsale with the Underworld movies, or Tim Thomerson in Trancers. Well, Decker isn't playing it. Which am I? What am I not playing? Texas. Oh no, I have not been playing the Texas Chainsaw. You're right. And that's everyone seems to be really enjoying that, and I'm just like, okay, I'm playing the fishing game that I had my eye on. Or I'm playing some Starfield, or mostly I'm playing Nountown anymore. I'm just in there learning nouns and trying to ask people. Well, Kenny wa suki desu ka? I don't know. Did I say that right? Probably not. I have a lot to learn in terms of sentence structure and grammar and just all that fun stuff in Japanese. I got a whole lot of road ahead of me. According to Dr. Wolfula, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game is okay. Ever figure out the dual shotguns in Starfield? Well, I got quad shotguns going on in Armored Core 6, and they do work. Oh, they are so beautiful. The way they just make everything explode. Big guy come down like I'm a giant honking robot that's gonna smash the hell out of you because nothing can stagger me. I'm like, how about this? And they're like, ah, crap, I'm staggered. How'd that happen? And I'm like, just doing more damage while they're like doing direct hits. And they're like, ah, crap, this really hurts. I'm gonna die now. I'm like, ha ha ha. That's how I fight. Edgar Wright movie? I can't recall. Laser shotguns. Yeah, I've seen the laser shotguns, but I've been sticking with the ballistic shotguns. I got the what's the word I'm looking for here? The OC tuning to work up ballistics and crit and direct hit damage. So I pound them down with that, and then I hit him again, and there's like lots of bonus damage, like on top of the bonus damage. I like that. Yeah, I've been enjoying my time in Starfield, though I want to build that base that I wanted to build since I saw that they had the base building. I hated base building in Fallout 4, but I'm inspired in Starfield because there's plenty of games where it's like a Sim City kind of stuff with an outpost in space, and they always make it just ridiculous. So there's like, and the resources are really tight, and and you can hardly put it together. And I'm like, okay, it's barely working. And they're like, oh, here comes an asteroid, just smashed your reactor. What are you going to do before everyone dies? I'm like, well, I can't do anything. I have nothing to do anything with. I was down to the wire with everything because I was trying to please everyone because everyone's just pissed off about everything all the time. It's like, well, I guess they're all going to die now. Haha, game over. Try again. Whew. Coin shotguns for those moments when you lack ammo but drown in coins. Oh. The double barrel thing that looks like a rhino pistol. Oh. RKSF blood. I'm working up my my ballistics in Starfield because I want to I'm trying to go like space cowboy, like revolver, shotgun, get a good rifle in there, maybe a Gatling gun because I can technically get away with that. Still be a cowboy, the Gatling gun. And I'm just enjoying that as best I can. I got my perks I got was I got the Dream Home, I got Free Star Collective Alliance, and I got the Adoring Fan. Those were the ones that I chose, and I'm just loving the Adoring Fan so much. But yeah, should call this here. I got to feed my dog, walk my dog, and I got to practice Japanese. I got like another test to do. I got my kanji to not my kanji. I got my kata to. Yeah, I got at least 30 minutes of studying left to do in this. So I got my the kana here. I gotta just go through the flashcards, do the writing exercises, and take another quiz. See if I can maintain my C or if I drop back down to D. I might. I don't know. But yeah. Nihongo wa dekimasu ka? Yeah. I'm still so early in it. I know 200 words, but I don't know how to put them together. Since I know nouns, like a good amount of nouns, and I know how to ask where something is, I can ask the location of a lot of things. Kairu wa doku desu ka? Roba wa doku desu ka? Starfield, just the X3 from EgoSoft. I'm not sure what that means or what that is, but you might be right. O genki desu ka? O genki. O genki. Watashi no geri. Okay. Nani? Oh yeah, well, it's IGN. It's only IGN USA that gave it a 7 out of 10. Like every other IGN gave it either a 9 or a 10 out of 10. It's like IGN Spain or so was like they were legit like laughing about about IGN America giving it a 7. Like, yeah, they would. But yeah, I gotta go. Luke, you want some din din? Oh yeah, you want some din din? Let's go get some din din, Luke. Thank you all for watching. I've been Decker Shadow. And remember, Saiko no kame wo tsusei kaku desu. I think.